Welcome to Monday. Nice to have you with us. I'm Jason DeRusha. Welcome to CBS News Minnesota Morning Update. Hope you had a nice weekend. Hope you had someone else to shovel that slushy snow off your driveway. I had run out of gas for my snowblower, and I thought, I'm just going to shovel out kind of a tire track so the car could back out. I could get some gas. But you start shoveling, I'm like, you know what? This is pretty good exercise. I'm going to keep going. And then about halfway through, I think, oh my gosh, this may be my last moment on Earth. This stuff was so heavy. Oh, yes. And then it all melted away, which was nice. Today, it's going to be more of that sun. Not very warm. I mean, this time of year, we should be in the I don't know, I think it's supposed to be 38 or so for the high. So we're below that. We're cooler than normal, but the sun is out right now. It's going to be quiet, and the angle of the sun should lead to more melting today, even though we may not get far above freezing, even if we get to 32 today. It's going to be one of those weeks every day below what our average is, but it's been so cold at some points this winter. I think we're going to be all right. We're not going to complain about it that much. We are going to complain about this, though. Gasoline prices. Look at the national average, above $4 a gallon, according to AAA. And Minnesota, the average is $3.77 this morning. In the Twin Cities, we saw prices around $3.79 almost everywhere. AAA says gas prices have soared 46 cents since Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and Minnesotans say they're feeling it. So our question to you is this, because you can complain about gas prices, but most of us cannot replace our car to get a car with better fuel economy. So have you changed your driving habits at all? We're just wondering if, as we start getting close to $4 a gallon, and we were at $4.23, I think that was the record high average from AAA. That was 2013, if I remember right. So just wondering, what are you doing as far as making modifications? Share your tips with us in the comments. We'll share some of that coming up in just a minute. We are on standby to see what teachers and districts, Minneapolis and St. Paul public schools, will they go on strike? Will they get a deal? Negotiations all weekend long. And in the overnight hours, we learned a little bit as to where they both stand. In Minneapolis, the teachers sent out a statement saying they were looking for systemic change. So that just says, what they're looking for is a wholesale change in the way teachers and aides are paid, ESPs. And so doesn't give a lot of hope that things are going to be resolved today. Pressure really on the legislature to do something, especially with the massive surplus. I think a lot of people are looking at this saying, can't the state figure this out? What's the right number? Is the school board spending their money in a smart way? Could they reallocate money that's going to administrators? So lots of questions there about how they can really change it. Negotiations underway again at 9 today, but we're down to the wire. In St. Paul, they said that the teachers offered proposals to the district counter-proposed. The teachers counter-proposed, and now the district will respond next. A potential ceasefire in Ukraine may be hard to know what to read into this. Russian news agencies, which again are an arm of the Russian government, essentially, are reporting that Moscow has agreed to a ceasefire around several cities, basically to allow for humanitarian corridors so people can escape. So they're stopping the shelling, telling people to get out. But I've heard that, a lot of these corridors only lead to Russia or to Russian ally countries. So, is that where you want to escape to? What kind of choice? Boy, it's tough. Bombings increasing in major cities. Russia getting closer to Kyiv. 1.7 million people have fled Ukraine. A Twin Cities woman desperately trying to get her elderly parents in Ukraine to safety. This is so heartbreaking. This is Lena Bly, grew up in Kharkiv, moved to Minnesota over 15 years ago when she got married, but her parents are still there. Her mom was in a Ukrainian hospital for a surgery when the bombing started. The hospital evacuated. Now both of her parents are back in the house. They've been hiding in the basement while bombs are going off outside. Bly says their heat stopped working and they do have a little food left.
They feel like they lost everything already. They don't have hope. Because I said, I'll get you out, but I don't know if I can do this.
Bly does have other family in other parts of Ukraine, and her friends are helping to collect money to give to the family to put towards their cause. Tough situation there. After this weekend storm, some of us just had to shovel the driveway. Others, well, they had a much bigger mess.
This entire flooding where it's front to back is totally new. We haven't seen this since owning the house. Yeah, not fun.
Nick and Maria Bradley in St. Paul spent their weekend dealing with this. Boy, the garage is a mess. The front yard filled with water and ice. Restoration One is one of these kind of water damage, emergency businesses that come and clean up. And they said that landscaping is one option. Yeah, got that pump working hard. Landscaping and gutters are the two main things you can do.
Those are the two biggest things, sloping away from the home and having water pushed away from the home so that when you have snow that's around the home, it drains away. Now, of course, gutters work less in the wintertime because it's not that situation. But here we had rain, so having gutters will help you.
Restoration One says to look for cracks in your basement walls and fill them before the water has a chance to seep in. Yesterday marked 2 years since the first confirmed case of COVID-19 in Minnesota. Now cases are dropping again. Good news to see the most recent data. Positivity rate is below 5% in Minnesota for the first time in August. And things definitely, when you look at cases and hospitalizations, are looking good. So we asked the experts, are we really done with this?
Yes, and I apologize if that's putting a little caveat on it, but yes, we are. I would expect another wave. It's not going to be as bad. Hopefully it won't be as high. Hopefully it won't be as harsh. But COVID, the coronavirus, that family of viruses is really tricky and really unique.
It's Dr. George Morris, the COVID incident commander at Centra Care. It's the health system in central Minnesota, St. Cloud area. He says if we are talking about COVID 2 years from now, the conversation is not going to be the same. Dr. Morris says similarly to the 1918 flu outbreak, the virus could continue in a weakened state. It's something you've probably heard referred to as an endemic virus. All right, which way do you bet on this? Sports gambling. Is it going to happen this year, or is it another failure? They brought this up before. It is bipartisan. This is one of those things that most people are on board with. When you read surveys, most people say, yes, we would like the opportunity to bet on games. Every state bordering Minnesota has made it legal. So it's so easy to go to Wisconsin or Iowa or the Dakotas. Most states that have legalized this, I think 30-some states have legalized it around the country. You can bet in a casino and also through mobile apps. Seems like that's going to be the plan here, too. Tribal governments need to be on board with this. Seems, they run the casinos, of course, in this state, so we'll see what happens. If you have a fish house on the ice, move it. Get it out of there. How many folks do you think who are watching the CBS News Minnesota Morning Update have a fish house just sitting on the lake? I'm not sure how we do in what our demo is of fish house occupants. This just in, we're number one. We are number one in the fish house owner community. Thank you for your support. We love you.
Fire stick. Can't get cable.
Can't get cable, so what else can they do but watch us? That's my preferred way to get viewers, by the way. Just you have no other choice. Here's to Russia. Anyway, get it out today. If you're in northern Minnesota, you have 2 more weeks. If you have a fish house, you know this. You're like, to Russia, please. We know. DNR can give you a ticket. They could actually destroy your fish house, which would be amazing. I would love to see just the DNR going out there with like a giant tank, just mowing down fish houses that are still out there. I don't think they do that, but they could. Don't make me. So get it out of there. All right, let's get back to our talker topic today, which is driving habits. Jenny, no change. Glad we're not commuting during COVID. That helps. Oh, Jenny, I'm going to California, too, for spring break. She's doing a road trip around the state. Oof. Not looking forward to the prices out there, no. I know we're doing a lot of driving, too, because we're doing college tours. So there's no easy, jump on the train type option. In LA, it's $6.50 or something a gallon. Thanks, Jenny. Here's Tamra. Impossible to change our habits. Smart. Her last car was a hybrid. It's paying off right now, right? Bring on the EVs, a clear signal that our energy consumption needs to shift away from fossil fuels. Yeah, every form of energy has negatives, right? Obviously, there's the kind of negative issues surrounding mining when you're coming up with the materials for batteries. But we're moving, right? Yeah, I've said my next car will be an EV. There's a Mercedes EV that I want to go check out. Let's go all in. Tesla, I talked to a guy yesterday who's selling Teslas. Good time to be in that business, that's for sure. Thanks, Tam. Here's Suzanne. Yeah, I'm planning stops, saving up for gas. I've tried to think about that too, Suzanne, being a little more thoughtful in making sure I try to combine trips. And I'm doing a test today where driving to work, I reduced my speed by 5 miles per hour and locked it on cruise control. And so I'll drive home in my usual erratic manner and compare the two. I'll let you guys know tomorrow. Thanks, Suzanne. Here's Jackie working from home. Driving habits changed 2 years ago, but yeah, driving less. We don't go out as often because I don't have to commute. Yeah, the work from home, if you're in a situation where you're able to do that I'm sure you feel good about it when you see the gas prices where they're at. It's usually I don't make a big deal about gas prices, but because the war and the rapid spike, you're looking at $1 more per gallon. That's, for me anyway, that's almost $20. You're looking at, $18 when you fill up the tank. Yeah, if you fill up once a week, that's a lot of money. That's real money there. $100 a month, $80 a month, something like that. All right, comes from somewhere, right? Morning update. It comes from us, CBS News Minnesota. Your only local streaming news source. We will see you back here tomorrow at 7:30.